All right, Dart. So, we've been having a little bit of conversation about this, but the USA just won and qualified for the gold medal game.
Barely.
USA.
And Jason Tatum didn't play again?
Jason Tatum didn't play again.
So, I know we talking about this because this guy's an NBA champion, right? All NBA the last 3 years.
Correct.
Why doesn't he get that opportunity?
That's what I'm talking about. I'm a Laker fan, first of all, so
I like your color. You don't have on all green like
No.
the other day.
But I'm gonna break this down. Larry Bird is my second favorite player ever.
I didn't know that.
Ever. Behind who?
Magic.
Of course. Okay. And Kobe's third. And right now, Tatum is my favorite player in the NBA. And I didn't let that be known. I was having an argument. You know Alan Crabb, right?
Yep.
So I'm arguing with him about this same thing, but he's listening, and he's like, Tatum's your favorite player, huh? I've been watching him since his rookie year, which I mentioned that he went to the Eastern Conference Finals against LeBron, took him to Game 7, dunked on him. But his whole career, he's a winner. I feel he can play 4 positions. I know he's quiet, he's not assertive, but if you look at his stats, he averaged 27 points a game this year. So if you look at his body of work, Stephen A. mentioned it too, I don't understand. I know I mentioned that he's the best player on the USA team, and I truly believe that, or he could be considered one. It's arguable. Consider his body of work since he's been in the NBA. 5 times he's been in the Eastern Conference Finals, if I'm not mistaken. He went to 2 NBA Finals and just won 1. And he could have been MVP of this Finals. Yeah. Jaylen Brown got it. He showed out in Game 5 when they closed out. He did his thing. So you can't sit up here and tell me, okay, if he's better than LeBron or whatever, but this man gets no playing time. The last 3 seasons, he's first team All-NBA.
Right.
KD and LeBron, nor Curry has been first team All-NBA. In the last 2 years, he's been the only American first team All-NBA. So we're going to go overseas. Once again, I know we're going to win it. We're going to win it. But we're going to take our number 1 guy who's our only first team All-NBA outside of America, or excuse me, in America.
No, wasn't Joel Embiid the first team?
Well, is Embiid?
He got MVP.
Okay, well, Embiid was last year. Is he?
He's a starter.
Is he American though? Was he born in America?
No, he wasn't born in America.
That's what I'm saying. He wasn't born in America.
He ain't playing for us.
He flipped his
He played. No, he
He
played.
playing for us.
He just played.
We just played against him. What do you mean?
No, Embiid just gave up an
Embiid's
and one at the
plays
end of
for
the
the
fourth
USA.
quarter.
He started
Yeah.
for the USA team.
Oh, I
But
thought you
he's
were
talking
talking
about-
No.
But he's not American. I mean, he had to get a visa, right?
I think so.
Yeah. So once again, the last 2 years, Tatum is the only born American that made first team. So this is what he gets, and this is what we're going to show the rest of the world, that our top guy is not good enough to play against you guys.
It's
Well,
real.
our world.
Go ahead.
My bad. Our world is more so. It's not so much his talent, because you're absolutely right. His accolades, everything on paper, it says it. But as far as like his popularity, unfortunately, that's how it go. Popularity trumps over talent.
pretty good point.
You know what I mean? So it's like if he was more popular, then he. You know what I mean? But
How's he not
because
popular? He plays for the 1 or 2 second most popular NBA team
Okay, but
in the league.
yeah, but you're not popular on this team. Like this team here is the
this team.
You know what I
Right.
mean? Just like
Yes,
how you said,
absolutely.
you got
Star
these
power,
other
you got
guys.
star
You
power.
wonder why they're playing. That's why.
It's hard to understand what USA's basketball is trying to do a lot of times. The only time they're going to get any criticism is when they lose. So if they would have lost today, then we could really come at them with this issue. You know what I mean? Why aren't you playing a top,
But
3 guy
then
in the
he's
NBA?
playing behind LeBron James,
Right? Can you go
a guy who can play 5 positions.
5 positions.
So that's like Marvel. So you got Batman and Robin,
Right.
and Robin can't play because
Nah,
Batman is there. or
this
what?
is different. Like
Robin can't play if Superman
Nah,
shows up.
this
He
dude
got to sit
like-
the bench.
Yeah, it's
you
like,
got to
hey,
put
gotta sit the
LeBron in the
bench.
category like Silver Surfer. Are y'all comics? Man, are you a comic? Yeah. LeBron is a creator of a world. He can create worlds if we're going down the Marvel line. Now, Tatum is somebody who's capable, but he ain't there yet. Like you said, he's had 5 good years, Eastern Conference Finals, 2 NBA. But to LeBron's had the greatest NBA
Career.
Wait, are you saying Silver Surfer creates worlds?
He can create worlds
What
and
kind?
destroy worlds.
Galactic or Silver Surfer?
I mean, you can't say Galactic, but Silver Surfer is still. I'm saying Silver Surfer in regard to the other villains.
So you gotta get your facts.
No, you're not getting your facts
Well,
right.
let's
get back to
Yeah, before we start
back
this
to-
beat,
back
Right.
because he's an ender of worlds and can create worlds. So what are you talking about?
so LeBron.
Well, Johnny is 100% correct. It's a popularity situation where you got KD, who, I mean, what have they done lately? Janet Jackson.
Well, hold on.
But it's
KD went off a couple of weeks ago. I think he went 8 for 9.
No, 8 for 8.
8 for 8?
But let me ask you this, and Craig, you tell me
injuries.
this. He was 8 for 8, right? Let me ask you this. He got swept this year, right?
Right.
You think in one of those games, if he would have went 8 for 8, they would have pulled it off?
Probably.
Okay, so
No. If he would have pushed AD ass out the way and said, "Hey, I'm guarding Jamal Murray on this last play," things might be a little bit different in that regard to me. When you take things personally, because LeBron just switched off, and you know this, Dart, when you're a real one, I ain't switching nothing. Get out my way. I'm locking this up. We're going overtime.
KD and LeBron are great on superstar teams. Well, LeBron's one of the top 3.
Because Cleveland, when he beat Golden State, he didn't have no team. Well,
Kevin Love and
he had a young,
Kevin Love and Kyrie Irving.
He had Kyrie today or young Kyrie. That's two different Kyries. Was a Kyrie a star? starting?
Yes, Kyrie.
Yes,
as soon as
yes,
he touched down,
Yes.
You know what? Hey, how do you play 6 or 7 games in college and be the number 1 pick?
He was that
As a
good.
guard,
Number 1 pick.
'cause I'm that
6'1"
bad.
guard.
Number 1.
I'm sorry, I played in the NBA, so it's all about doing work. This nigga had not that many games.
Right.
And y'all giving him the platform?
Yes.
As soon as
Yeah.
he got down, bro,
He was the number
So
1.
how are we
Remember.
arguing this?
He
How are
was
we
the
arguing
number 1
Jason
pick.
Tatum if you giving LeBron the platform already like that?
What do you mean? I don't understand.
LeBron already has the whole platform.
Okay, so you keep emphasizing LeBron and Tatum. Okay, just
I'm
you're
not
telling.
I'm going back to your
But you're
story.
telling me, okay, that Tatum is a bench warmer.
No.
On any team in the world, you telling me he's a bench warmer?
No,
I ain't
he's
talking
not a
about-
bench
No,
warmer.
it's
Why
only
he's
so many
warming
minutes
the-
though. For this team, who is he better than?
Everybody.
He's got to be better than KD. It's only so many minutes to go.
He
around.
is.
You saying who you going to play as the coach? You got KD
He's better
sitting
than
there,
KD.
and you got my man
Right
sitting
now,
there.
as we speak, Jason Tatum is way better than
Got the most
KD.
points as a USA player.
Oh wow,
Most
wow.
points. He's coming off an injury.
Yeah, you played 9 USA gold teams. Jordan only played 1. Is he better than Jordan?
So, Coach,
That's because of the rules.
Coach, if
That ain't
KD
because of Jordan.
If KD has the most points for US ever, and you're in a final game like that, where it's down to 2 minutes, you don't put him in the game, he has the most points ever.
KD is a scorer. He can score. He's a scorer. Tatum rebounds. He defends. He passes. He does everything. He may be one of the most complete, if not the most complete player on the USA team. He does it all. Beside LeBron, you're telling me there's 10 guys that's better than him. He can play every position. The guy is first team All-NBA. How does a first team All-NBA, the only USA first team All-NBA guy, not play? That's my only argument.
He was out at the club.
Yes.
Sounds like a
It
lot
gotta
of
be
them will
some-
be
it
at
gotta
their
be something like
club.
It gotta be something.
has to
No,
be-
you
it
didn't
has to
say
be
nothing
something.
about Anthony Edwards.
Well,
He hasn't been
He
playing.
ain't said nothing
No,
about
Anthony
that.
Edwards has played. When I first
More
seen-
than Tatum?
More than Tatum. He plays every game. When I first seen Anthony Edwards, I was like, oh boy. I hadn't seen him in the first 2 years. I said, this is it.
Right.
I said, when this dude figured out, it's over. But he ain't figured it out yet.
Well,
you guys are giving him the crown. He's won 1 playoff series.
Nobody's giving him the crown, but he's
no.
saying he's nice.
Right.
He's
We're
so-
saying- right.
Well, what's nice? Nice to me is winning. And
that is winning.
No, winning it. All of the other ballistics, he had 20 in the first round.
But you just said about Tatum, and like, he with the five Eastern Conference Finals.
And 2 finals
That ain't
and won
winning.
one.
That's not winning then.
He
That's
won
getting there.
one.
He just won one.
Just less.
2 months
It
ago.
don't matter.
2 months
He won
ago.
one. You know how many
I'm
guys?
just saying, that's a brand new track
He's
record. It
only
ain't
27.
Only?
He ain't even hit the prime.
Only?
He's got 10 more years to grab a few more. 27 is not prime. Is 28 to 31. It
I don't
used
know,
to be.
because to me, it's the Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown's like a Jordan Pippen thing to me.
Okay.
They need each other.
Okay.
Yeah, they do.
Okay.
I go with that. I agree with
Jason
that.
What do you
Tatum
guys
don't
think
get.
about Steve Kerr as the coach?
You know what
Each
that
person.
I would say I don't think that was a good move, because I think they could have hired a better coach, because I think Kerr had a lot of chances, not too many, but he had a lot of opportunities already. You know, he coached the USA team before, and he's played. So I think they need to,
He's just a winner,
kinda
and
pass it around a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because there's other guys that can do it. Because people do listen to Kerr, but at the same time, I think they should pass it around.
they
He's
still.
being coached because he's the one making those decisions.
I think it's some BS. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I've coached for years, and I've been listening to all these opinions, and I still ain't figured out the science behind Jason Tatum not playing. I mean, LeBron's better, okay. KD's better, okay. Well, what about the rest of them? I mean, he's sick. Craig,
He like 16.
6'10", 6'11".
he rebounds.
Right.
But
He's a
even
guard, just ain't much.
let's just go back from a respect standpoint. I think it's disrespectful for him not to play.
Oh, very much so.
I can agree to that.
I can agree with that
I agree with
also.
I mean, no play.
No play.
You got Derek White and my boys that know that I'm the dude. Oh, you ain't the dude. So now I got to go back and
that's like
watch when he plays against Golden State.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Yeah, he gonna work that.
Yeah,
It's
must see
gonna be
TV
murder.
right there.
It's gonna be murder.
Yeah, it's
Watch what happens when he plays against Golden
that might
State.
be playing a role why he ain't playing, because he don't in the East. I'm just saying,
It
regardless
should
of
be like that when it
anything,
comes to the USA
it
team.
shouldn't be.
It shouldn't
It
be like
shouldn't
that.
be.
We don't understand the politics of USA
but it's
basketball.
politics, obviously, because Jason Tatum should be playing. Regardless of anything, he should not only just be playing, he should have a significant role on the team. And especially because he won a championship. How you not? He's
just
the
know
one.
there's
First
there gotta
off,
be something behind the
everybody
scenes.
else been sitting.
That's what I'm saying.
Hey,
Everybody
That's
else
what
been
I'm saying.
sitting.
There gotta be something else behind
He's
the scenes.
been,
Let me ask you this, Craig. You know this more than anybody because you played in the NBA, I don't know, 12, 14 years,
That's what
whatever.
I feel like.
You've been in the NBA. You've been around. Does he deserve to play?
Yes.
Every game. Does he deserve
Yes.
not to play, but does he
No,
deserve
he deserved to get minutes every
be in
game.
the
regardless.
rotation?
Yeah.
There you go.
That's all I'm saying.
Period.
He deserves
Because
it.
I ain't saying being the man or taking LeBron's spot.
We hear
LeBron
you.
is LeBron. Let me backpedal on that. He's LeBron. He's got
But
the crown.
I think it doesn't come down to them, and this is where it gets real difficult. And I think you know this too as a coach. You got to make some difficult ass decisions, and sometimes it's just for the greater good of
the group.
team,
right.
not the player, the team. So if we got to look at the team and go, well, I need somebody to handle the ball, because if I do got LeBron or if I do got Steph in this position, I need to make sure I get Derek White or Drew Holiday. Unless you want Jason Tatum to play the point guard in that, I don't want Jason Tatum playing point guard.
Right. But listen,
So then that's where it gets difficult, because it's like chess. It's not checkers, it's chess. It's position moves. You feel me? And it's messed up, because you are absolutely right. He deserves to play. But based on these pieces, you got a guy like Kerr who is just like, I got to make these type of decisions. Because as a coach, you got to make some difficult decisions, because you done felt bad in your life about, man, I know this dude. I should have played this dude, but I couldn't play him.
Can I say this?
Oh my
Yeah.
God. No.
No?
You know what? Let's just take it back to
One
you.
time you didn't play me,
But you were already in the mix.
but you didn't play me.
When?
And I deserve to play. And this is one of them tournaments out in the Inland Empire where's
What are you talking about? Sam
out
Byrne?
there past Mobile, I think.
Well, I'm sure you must have missed practice.
Nah.
Well, let's get into it.
Hey, we listening to the coach.
So, so he said eating Whoppers. So I'm gonna let you guys know how I found Craig. Craig was
talk about that.
Craig was a diamond in the rough. So I was looking for a big guy to play against diamonds in the rough.
Okay.
Anyway, so I was on his palms, right?
No, Burroughs.
Burroughs.
He pulled up to John
I
Burroughs.
put up to John Burroughs looking for somebody else, and then I seen Craig with these long arms, long limbs. I was like, well, hold on. What, you were actually a grade ahead of the guys, but your age, your September birthday.
Yeah, I'm younger.
Yeah, you was younger.
I'm younger.
So I was looking for a particular player this day because I used to go to all the junior high schools and look for players. So when I seen him and found out his birthday, I was like, I forgot the name of the other guy that I was looking for, and I brought him in. But Craig was a little lazy, and I was picking him up and drive, and I'm like, you know what? And then when he got to high school, I said, I really blew this one because he just was, it was like, Coach Dart, you seen Craig? I said, Craig who? Craig Smith. He's over at Fairfax now, killing. And I think I came to you. I was like, Craig, hey, how you doing, buddy?
We've seen that one before.
We got this team coming. We started to draw. You know what I'm saying? Craig was like looking at me like, dude, check it out. You stop picking me up.
You stop picking me up, Dart.
Yeah.
Well, Coach, can we ask you this? How'd you get? I'm not sure if we know the backstory on your whole life. You're one of the gatekeepers in the city of Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Well respected. I've seen you around for years.
Mm-hmm.
When I think of you, I first think of K-Swiss. But give us an idea of what your basketball journey was like when you played and coming out of the city of Los Angeles.
Okay. Well, it's a whole story about basketball in the city of Los Angeles. So I played a lot of street ball. I actually didn't play organized basketball until high school.
Okay.
So I was a street ball player. So I was a rugged, hard-nosed, playing with old men, dudes that drink.
Talk all that shit, too.
Talking shit. So, and I got this, when I played, that was all I knew. I didn't know no AAU ball. I knew gutter ball.
Mm-hmm.
So when I went to high school, I'm fouling out of games, and like, that ain't no foul. So I started playing, actually, if you guys know Coach Pat Roy.
Yeah. Inglewood.
For Inglewood, he was one of the baddest dudes you ever seen.
Shout out Inglewood High School.
Cotton,
Yeah.
but Pat Roy.
Pat Roy?
Yeah, I transferred to La Tijera, and I was doing all kind of stuff. But when I got with Pat Roy, it was all basketball.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this dude was bad. 6th, 7th, 8th grade. People don't realize he was the baddest dude around. So I was with him, and I was playing a lot of basketball. So then I played at Crozier Junior High. Then I went over to Orville Wright. But once again, my organized basketball career started at Westchester.
Okay.
So Exam, I'll say to this
You played for Exam?
I played for Exam.
Okay.
Played JV. When we came up as a 10th grader, you JV.
You're right.
9th grader, we didn't have 9th grade. You fresh soft.
Right.
That's how much basketball.
Yeah.
It was, LA City was 90% African American when it comes to basketball. So it was basketball everywhere. Every gym was open. And we just played a lot of basketball. So I learned the fundamentals. Coach Azam taught fundamentals. I mentioned last night, that's what USA basketball is lacking now. He used to go to a camp called Snow Valley with the Van Gundys, and they were just, the white guys and all that fundamental stuff.
What's funny is I found out Zam and Katani are really good friends.
Oh, yeah, best friends.
Did not know that.
Yeah.
So that's why Azam was so successful. You're talking about game planning and fundamentals.
Oh, man.
I worked with Azam. Of course, a lot of my kids went over because, like Craig said, he probably would have ended up at Westchester because we practiced there 2 days a week. So when I first started coaching, I was just doing the fundamentals. I first started, and all the kids I got, we went to ARC, was on the east side. So I wanted dog
ARC.
running. So we went out, the first game I coached, first 2 years of coaching, I actually coached flag football. So football is a whole nother ball game. Even at the flag football level, I tell guys today, I won Julie, all that.
Yeah.
But it's nothing like that flag football in reference to preparation, designing plays, discipline, and all that. So once it got to coaching basketball and running plays, that was nothing, along with the exam fundamentals and along with my less... you know what I'm saying?
Right.
We doing it like
competitive
LA
spirit.
style. Yeah, the competitive spirit. We ain't doing it like that. So my first game, Derek Mills, Chris Mills' brother, was like, yeah, Dart, you think you got a team? You know, that's Derek Mills is Chris Mills. He was like, take him out to ARC and see what you got, right? So I'm in L.A. I don't know what it's called, L.A., whatever. Bad Boys. We were the Bad Boys, actually. They had named us the Bad Boy. I was like, okay, we're going to go out there because I came up watching Crenshaw basketball.
Yes, sir.
Some of the best high school basketball I've ever seen. They played hard. They ran. They
Did they deserve the world championship banner, though?
No question.
They deserve
I
the
seen them
world?
play. What do you mean deserve?
Who
There
they
you
play?
go. Just like Jason
You can only
Tatum.
play state.
No,
And
they
then you
must
can have
have.
some
They went,
exposition.
they went overseas and beat some teams overseas.
They play
back in like
overseas?
the 70s.
Okay, well, somebody got to be the world champ because everybody ain't playing. So Crenshaw was it that year. And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
They
Noah
did-
Lyles, somebody
they
gotta
did-
be the
They had
world
Stevie
champ.
Thompson, who was a bad dude.
Stevie Thompson, Cart. Yeah.
Mr.
Yeah.
Johnson was on that team, right?
Who?
No.
No, this is before.
Oh, this is before Mr.
Yeah,
Johnson?
This is 86.
This before them. Yeah.
Stevie Thompson was one
This
of the
before Michael Jordan played
Stevie
with
Thompson. Yeah.
This is the
Stevie Thompson
this
is
after
still at
the-
Oregon State, assistant coach at Oregon
Yeah,
State.
Stevie Thompson is one of the best basketball players ever in
City
LA
ever
County.
seen, yeah.
Couldn't shoot a lick, run the floor like a deer. He's like a Gary Payton III, but better, a lot
Bigger,
better.
physical.
But yeah, I watched Crenshaw. So that's all we did was press, run, and push the ball. I had dudes. I'm telling you, I was on Avalon. I was on.
He was everywhere, though. He was
Yeah, I was
all over.
I was all
man.
over. But before you, the first teams, I was on Broadway. I was on Avalon. I was all over there. I'm like, I'm
The
going.
Hometown.
East Side, man.
Hometown.
Yeah,
East
East
Side,
Side
man.
dudes. So when I
You gotta
brought
go to
them
the
dudes
East
out,
Side, yes.
Tony Bland and Danny Walker,
yeah,
dudes
yeah,
were
yeah.
leaving it
Yeah,
all
Tony
over the
Bland.
floor.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, you want me to take them to the valley?
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. So I said, we there. Because I know my dudes, whatever's going to happen, you're going to have to beat us. You ain't winning. You're going to have to come out there. So we were a little older, but the first game, we go in there, Rich Goldberg, Jim Packed. I'm like, what the hell? So they said, oh, yeah, we got a team coming in L.A. They had heard about us because we mopping everybody on L.A. We just molly-whopping everybody in L.A., right? So Mills once again told me to go out there. I was like, yeah, you ain't said nothing. So we went out there. The first game we played was against the Collin twins, right?
Harvard Westlake.
So they had just got back from the National. They were 7th grade. I think we were a year older than them. But anyway, they seasoned. They just got back from the Nationals. I think they won 4 games at the National. So back then, the Nationals was invitation only.
Yep.
100 teams from all around the country. Went in there and cracked them. Went in there and put that full court press on their ass. And one of the Collin twins did play me, but one of my boys hit one of the Collin twins in the mouth with a bow accidentally, not inadvertently.
Right.
It was over.
It was over.
It was
That
over.
was
after
it.
that.
Hey, he went to the bench like this, holding it. I said, oh, he holding it. Y'all see him holding his lip. It's over. So we ended up beating them by 4 in the crowd. You know, the crowd just was hot. They were saying we were playing jungle ball or whatever. I said, well, I don't know what we were playing, but I know we won.
Yeah,
Because we was pressing them. They couldn't handle that pressure. And then I just went on from there. Then I started working with Rich Goldberg. He brought me in, one of them boys. Then, long story short, Pat Beard got Nike.
Right.
So I went over with Pat Beard. I was like, Rich, check it out, bro. Thank you, but Nike is over here with Pat Beard. Worked with Pat Beard. Then I branched off and did my own things. You know, I wasn't kind of with all the stuff. You know, it's just different. I'm an inner city dude.
Right,
so
right.
I do things different. I don't want my kids getting all these shoes and all this extra stuff. I want them to stay
Yeah, we
humble.
only got
and-
right.
and-
2 pairs of
you know what I'm saying?
shoes.
That's right.
Yeah, all of that. Exactly.
It was my
You get
first ones, though.
2
They was
pairs.
white blue. It was cold.
No extra. All the extras, that's me.
Right.
Y'all gonna stay hungry.
Right.
So I just took it. Then my next team, I think, was Craig. And was it Craig? It was Tony Bland. And then Craig's team was my second.
Jason McKinney, Poole.
Yeah. That was the second best youth team I've ever coached. But my first youth team, y'all couldn't play with them. Because we had Chris Osborne. No, Casey
I played
Jacob,
with them.
Casey Jacobson, Jason Capono, Kevin Gaines before he
Shooting.
left,
Shooting.
Marlon Palmer.
Marlon.
We had
You
Hamilton.
talking about the same age?
all same team. Joe Ship was on that team.
Yeah.
So we had Joe,
Fairfax.
Jason
No, all the people I
Capono,
played against. You talking about we
Casey
what?
Jacobson, Marlon Palmer. Who was in the backcourt with
I think
Marlon?
Casey Jacobson might still have the record for like shooting in the state
No,
of
you
California.
had some goons.
That team won 18. We went on an 18-month winning streak.
Wow.
But the second unit got the real firepower because most of us are legitimately pros. That whole unit.
You
Bottoms.
Bottoms didn't go to NBA though, but he was a pro.
I mean, he tried. He was with the Lakers. Damn near was on the Lakers.
Listen, the second best team.
That's what it was, period.
Y'all couldn't mess with
That's the
Capone.
coach.
Hey, y'all didn't. No, but no, that team was bad. But it was a little, it was a little different then because actually when I had that team, it was me and Pat together. So I had, that was like a combination. This was just my raw team.
No, he was that guy, dog.
Yeah. So then we went to the high school, So Barron, people don't realize Barron, I think, played for me his last 2 years. You mentioned K Swiss. So when I first started, that was my nemesis. The first tough game I played with was against Paul and
Ticket?
and Ticket.
Yeah.
And that was and they beat us. This was after we had beat the Collin twins. They had to play Shea in the finals, got smashed. But that game there, we had that game on tape when Barron
You got the Shea tape too?
No. When Barron was playing against Danny Walker and them goons I had, it was Barron and Paul. That game was. And after we lost, I said, shit, I'm just glad I was a part of that. I'm talking about some real inner city
Ball, right.
grind. Them dudes was grinding, at each other. I said, I said, hell, fellas, y'all done took it to another level. And then I knew Barron since then because Barron was bad. I used to grab his head and say, Bear man, he was just dicing. He was bad. People don't realize Barron actually played up.
He played up. Yeah, he
People
played
were
with
trying to
Paul.
hold back until he had to play with his age group. He was that good. And then from there, I ended up getting Nike on my own. We had 6 teams, I think, 12s, 13, 14s, whatever. And we was just beating everybody.
Come on, they don't even know. Like for instance, you pulled out Chuck Hayes out of nowhere. Come on, man.
I was grinding.
Shout out Chuck Hayes, man.
Yeah, I was on the paint, baby. I was looking for them and finding them. I was like, where they at?
Right.
And then I was, Tayshawn and all those dudes. I was able to convince them once we got going. It all started with Danny Walker. Danny Walker, as a 6th grade, when I went in the gym, I felt like I got this clip with me. So he's going to perform. But it started with Danny Walker. Danny Walker is one of the best natural shooters I've ever seen in the 6th grade. He was lights out. So when I first started that first team, Rewind, I was like, we was playing in a youth service tournament at Fairfax. And we won the tournament. In the finals, we beat Danny. We had too much. This was just from 54th Street Elementary. My team there, we won the citywide. And Danny hit us up for about a quarter. I said, you know what? I'm going to start an AAU team around this dude. So Danny was, every game we played, that was my first team. Danny's good for 20, 25 a game. There was no kids out there putting up numbers like that. So whatever we did, I'm talking about consistently.
Right.
He was going to drop it in. He shot Danny probably shot better in the 6th and 7th grade than he ever shot in his life.
Yeah.
So now that we know like the history, I gotta get your take on like what you think about AAU today.
Oh man,
like right in American basketball in general.
Yeah, you saw it from the start,
right? You saw everything from the beginning. So like.
So when I got with Barron, he hired me as his trainer, so I became an actual trainer. Got my certifications plural, and I was on the live with Cameron Mays last night talking about this. The AAU basketball is polluting USA basketball.
Exactly.
These kids play too much. I went, people are always calling me, come see a kid play, come see a kid play. When I go out there, I'd be like, yeah. I had to adjust Johnny. I had to adjust Doc. I was like, yeah, he's good. Every time I go out there, yeah, I like him. Because I was like, I was giving him my real opinion. But they was like, oh, he's a hater.
Right.
I said, what you want me to say? Okay, I'm going to roll with the trend. Oh, yeah, I like him.
Right.
I like him. That was everybody. But right now, I just tell you, the last 3 times I went out, I went to see a 12-year-old kid from St. Louis, potential. And they played like 5 games in one day. After the game, he's telling me his knees is hurting. I'm like, what? 12 years old, your knees is hurting? Next week, I go see another guy. His Achilles is hurting.
Wow.
High school guy. I got a kid that I train. I'm not telling you guys who they are, but it's a lot of them. His back is hurting. I'm like, they're playing way too much. And then you got, I mean, they're playing, they're burning them out. Then you got these guys who are training them. They're saying they're trainers, but they're not trainers.
Right.
So in California, anybody can be, you guys can be, say you're a personal trainer, not just in basketball, that you're a trainer without having any certification. So what I see is, first of all, Craig, to answer your question, they're playing way too much. Even this high school, they go from playing high school, then they playing spring league, then they playing AAU ball, then they're working out with guys like me, and it's just, they're breaking them down. They're breaking these guys down. And another thing that's missing is they're not teaching fundamentals. Boxing out, closing out on shots, how to rebound,
playing without the
how to
basketball,
pass, how to move without the basketball. I don't see none of that. I see one-on-one three-point shots.
Or cone drills.
Or cone drills. And it's funny you brought that out, because when I started doing my clinics and stuff, I couldn't get nobody to come in. They was like, where are the cones? And I said, we got live rounds in here. I said, we got live rounds in here. That's the cone. That motherfucker right there is the cone. Go against him. So I used to get guys. It's so funny, I'll tell you, they say they want to go against cones, right? I said, and then I bring out guys who are weak to play against you, because I used to get better playing against weak dudes, because I'm getting all the shots. And the weak dudes,
I get to work on
this with live rounds.
Right.
And the dudes on my team that are weak, if I miss, I'm yelling at them. Why didn't you get the offensive rebound and kick it back out? I'm working on my
Right.
So I'm like, you rather go against a cone than somebody who you consider weak? So I said, okay, you know what? I'm going to cone out this gym. And then at the end of the gym, just being funny, I'm going to have balloons fall out the ceiling. Maybe I'll get some kids in. And then the kids kind of shy away, because Craig and them used to absorb me. When I talk to them and hear the stories like you, these kids be like, I don't want to hear that.
Right.
Who are you?
Right.
I was like, okay, buddy, you can't do nothing for me. You know what I'm saying? So the state of AAU basketball is money. These kids play way too much, and they're breaking down their bodies. Craig knows, as a professional basketball player, he had to break down his body. He had to do that hardcore training to compete at that level. I mean, he had to break his body down, literally hurt, injured, pain. And that's what these kids are doing. They're playing an NBA schedule, but unlike Craig and the rest of the NBA guys, they're not getting the massages, or they're not doing the things to maintain that schedule. You know, so they're broken down. I hear about it every day. Top guys. I'm like, I listen. Guys call me all the day. No names. They're like, oh man, he's broken down.
Right. Coach, let me ask you this.
Yes.
With the changing trends in college sports, with NIL and transfer portals and all these things. What are your thoughts on that, and where do you see college sports going, specifically basketball, going in the future?
It's gonna hurt basketball, but the portal. I mean, it took me about 6 months to understand the portal. I'm like, because prior you had to sit out a year to transfer, as well as sit out 2 years to transfer within your conference. So I talked to college coaches. And I'm like, how do you survive? So the portal does two things. It allows these guys to have free range like the AAU.
The 1 year free agents.
I just found out that boy from North Carolina, I guess he went to Michigan, and then he went to, where did he finish at? What's the boy from North Carolina? And then he went to Arizona. The boy that was good, they top guy.
I'm not sure.
In North Carolina?
He was at North Carolina. He finished at Arizona this year.
Oh, I'm not sure, but it's a ton of them like
it's
that.
Like,
with these stories.
I'm like, he was the man for North. How do you be the man for North Carolina and leave? What triggered you? You getting all the shots. You missing most of them. You ain't pulling it off in the big game, and you leave.
Yeah, that's that NIL.
I mean, but think about this. I'm at BC my freshman year. I averaged 20. The portal in, I'm at UCLA next year.
Easily.
And when he puts his name in the portal, they're gonna offer him money.
They offer me more money
They're
than probably
you, right.
And then I'm gonna give BC to see if they can offer me.
There you
I'm
go.
treating it like the league.
They're pros.
Now the money part. I mean, the NCAA is the biggest criminal organization ever. I mean, can you listen? There's a lot of great college players, of course, who generate a lot of money, but they're not NBA. I can be like, yeah, he's not NBA.
That's true.
So there's a lot of great college players, maybe better than Craig or Barron at the college level, but they're not NBA, just hypothetically. And they didn't get no money. So I understand that they're going to have to govern it in some fashion, because I had one of my buddies, he coaches at a lower level, Division I, and the kid's like, yo, I need 50.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my god!
To stay.
Hey, Chris, no, to come to transfer, like, okay.
like
and
blue chips, straight
Yeah,
up.
yeah,
but
that's
I
what
need-
it is.
And he's like, damn, can I see your player? Can
Yeah.
you? I mean, I seen your tape, your average 6 points. He's like, check it out. You got the 50 or not? Because Gonzaga or what's the name? University of Pacific is offering. I'm just being hypothetical. Is offering 50. So you got it or not? He had to pay the 50.
Yeah.
Kid, he don't even know
Yeah.
if the kid's gonna help him. So that's good. That's good to get paid. It's got to be. But
But you're not getting paid for your work because
No.
you don't know.
Nobody
You
knows.
don't know.
Well,
and that's the
it
tough
goes-
part.
same thing for the NBA. You guys already crowned Anthony Edwards, which he's gonna be crowned, and these guys are getting. Well, let me stop.
Yeah, I say we ain't
That's a bad
crowned him,
example.
but he's definitely one of the best
I mean,
young
Ant-Man
players.
just- he
The
just been-
best.
Yeah.
Well,
he just-
when
But-
money's
but-
flying around like this
Let
and
me-
you're paying people off
Yeah.
potential, how do you keep them hungry?
I don't know. Let me actually just go back to Tatum. Should Tatum be playing over Anthony Edwards? Forget.
I don't know. That's preference.
No,
That's
you
coach
can't- you
preference.
can't-
No,
Wait, look, you remember
Smith brought it.
That
Smith
goes
is
back-
think.
Come on, Johnny.
that goes back to the popularity and talented coach. You know what I'm saying? He's more popular, and that's just how it's going.
Hey, he definitely more popular in his shoes. Look
That's
better.
So it's a
what-
popular. Yeah.
My shoes
Yeah.
better. My jacket.
Yeah, it's
His clothes
it's
whack.
like that
You see,
because, like, first off, and let me say
But
this, man.
realistically, based off numbers and like pure game, like no, if you're a champion, you're supposed to be on the court.
Yeah, because
I
it
agree.
has to be some type of politic or something, or something as
It's something in
as
the water.
minute as body language. I'm just saying.
We know how coaches get
I'm
down.
just saying, yeah, because
They
that's
have
just
favorite-
a
yeah, right.
period to
Yeah,
where
there's
now,
favoritism.
and then now
part
your
of it.
your energy. I don't care. Right now, I can tell you his energy, everything is killing the whole locker room. I'm telling you, it's not killing it. Not killing it because they still winning.
You too
but,
much of a pro. You too caked up. But it's the
Craig, you're not going to the big three and sit on the bench. You will not do that.
nah. I'm out of here.
Thank you. So it's the same
But
thing.
no.
He's not. He's going. He went
In
all.
this regard, he has to politically play it.
It's
correct.
USA
This
basketball.
man just won a championship and left his family, and he's there. And you telling me he?
But sometimes in this game, everybody has
Some
to
ain't
make
right
a
about that, bro.
sacrifice.
Some ain't right.
Is
And
that
then-
true or not?
And
And
look,
apparently, it's
Johnny,
100% true.
We have to make a sacrifice for this game, and it comes in any situation, whether you're young or you older. It happens.
Well, I think the U.S. did that when we
True.
in '92 when we brought Christian Laettner on, and he knew he wasn't playing.
Larry Bird didn't play either.
Yeah,
But-
Brokeback
we
Mountain.
already, but he was hurt down. But
He
we
was
already-
Brokeback
but we
Mountain
just,
over there. He was just laying.
hey, but still,
While Jordan was in there
hey,
like,
hey, but still, he still was putting in work, and they still allowed Bird to do what he did. He's still not able to contribute like he should. And the thing
you
about
know, there
it
was
is,
a game before that where they actually, the Dream Team actually lost. They got their butt whooped by the young players.
well, yeah, I
I
mean,
think he
that's-
did that on purpose, though.
Remember,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
That was
said
like
that.
about- yeah,
you know,
for
'cause
sure.
Do
come
you
on,
do
man,
you know how Bird hurt his back?
I
No.
don't know how he hurt his back. How he hurt his
I
back?
do not know that story.
Was it from the mini
thought it was
games?
wear
'Cause,
and tear.
I talk to Mikhail all the time. Mikhail had that ankle injury that was ongoing. So it's just like, I think the injuries at that time and the technology wasn't there for them to continue to do stuff. Like for Mac, he was saying how they was telling him to keep putting heat on his ankle. His ankle is like this,
Worst thing.
still as today. So it was just like the procedures and
Yeah.
different things.
And then
how
style
did-
of play
Bird
too.
hurt his back doing yard work in his like lifting stuff and doing. You know, he's a country
at the
boy.
crib. Yeah.
So he hurt his back like mowing something or doing that real stuff
Getting to work. Getting to
in
work.
the NBA, and I'm still out here.
I'm pulling weeds.
Like
I'm whooping feet.
So go look it up. Like mowing the lawn or on a tractor or something, he hurt his back. Bumping around on the tractor or something, slipped a disc.
And then that's what I'm saying. Like technology now, Burke would have been back.
I don't know about that back though. That back is real.
That back is real, but technology is a beast.
I'm
man.
amazed on how the back is still an issue. Well, who?
No, remember ACL injuries were a thing.
No, that's amazing.
They're back
to me.
now.
No.
Quick. They're quicker than
ACL,
ever.
they've been a while, but that Achilles, I'm amazed at how.
Oh yeah,
they can
kill
do
it.
with
I had
that,
mine too.
yeah.
Because
Wow.
when I came up, ACL, you're done.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Achilles, too.
ACL, you was done. Achilles, you were done.
Right.
Now guys are back playing.
Yep.
In
What
those
was the
difficult
injury
injuries.
Penny got?
Penny was knees,
man.
probably
Yeah,
a
what was it?
microfracture.
You work
or
out,
something.
Penny?
Penny
you get to
Hardaway?
work out? Yeah.
Nah, I ain't that damn old. How old is Penny?
What?
I wasn't working.
Penny just got to the league in '96,
Penny's
bro.
my age. Shit. How do you think I am?
I'm just saying, when Boom got in there, then I was like,
Boom. Boom was way after Penny.
he was like a few years younger than Penny.
Yeah, I wasn't active like that.
I'm just
I was
saying
with the
that
kids.
you get put into the league life, so now it's like, yo, you want to come train with Dark Penny? You want to come to the West Side? You want to come to Broadway? Y'all NBA players ain't been to Broadway.
That's right. That's
Sorry,
right.
you gotta like you've trained, you've coached a lot of players and stuff like that. Can you tell us like explain this to your style? I mean, we can just see it, of course, how aggressive, but just can you explain to the style that you have for your training, your players and coaching?
Well, from a player's development, so we started. What we used to do when I first started, we were in the gym working out. So it just evolved from that. So I tell you how I learned how to work out. So my freshman year was my first year when I went to junior college.
What JC was doing?
Palomar College.
Okay,
They recruited
alright.
me.
San Diego
So
out there?
nobody knew it was a junior college. I'm like, I'm going to Palomar. It wasn't Palomar University, Palomar College. They was like, what's that? I said, it's Palomar College. So they didn't know it was a junior college because a lot of my boys. So my first year there, no money,
Right.
no job, no car, barely eating. I was like, I'm out of LA because there was a lot going on. So I went down there, I got to get my financial aid, but I had a place to stay, and then right down the street was the Dome. So on the weekend I couldn't get home. So it was a Dome, right? And I was able to break this door open, but I've always been a workout guy. I grew up with a guy workout. So I was in that gym. That's all I had. No girls. So I'm on fire. Testosterone off the charts. Can't get home.
Ready to play. Chip on your shoulder.
Ain't nobody down there with me.
Right.
And in the evening, I'm like, I need a squad with somebody. Something got to go down. So, but I was in the gym, Craig. I'm doing 2-a-days on GP. That's all I had to know. So I got good grades. Walk down, boom. I'm in the gym. Boombox, Run DMC, LL Cool J. Let's go. I'm in there. So I was good, but my game shot off. I'm like, oh damn. So I get back here, and they like, damn. I'm going up to Rogers Park. I'm going up to Ladera, and they like, and then all my boys who had went D1, they was like, oh yeah, I'm coming home in the summer because I was all, well, you see how high strung I am. I get down. That's what I believe, playing hard. So I was going at them because I was doing nothing but shooting and dribbling. So I realized that how much you can get better by working on your game. That was in 84, 85. I said, okay, the way to get better is to go out here, not necessarily play all day, because I'm getting up the reps. You know what I'm saying? I'm in there getting up all the reps, and I'm going full court, and my game just shot up that. So I'm like, okay, when I started coaching, we going to get in the gym and work out. Everybody wants to play. I'm like, we ain't playing. You about to get 100 layups.
Right.
You're about
Repetition.
to get 200 shots. Forget all that playing. You play a pickup game, 4 or 5 pickup games, 10 pickup games, you may get up 50 shots at the most. Say 60. You about to get 200, 300, 400 shots today. And then I seen that. I started with Danny Walker. So I was like, okay, Danny Walker was already a shooter, a natural shooter. Before every game, I'm taking him up to Westchester to get him up. You know? And then I said, okay, I'm going to start bringing in guys. So we started working out. And I started training guys. So I'll tell you a story. But this was before you guys. When it was Barron, Kevin Bradley, Jay Hart, Tony Bland, Danny Walker, Kenny Bruner, Jason Crow used to come in here, Jay Hart. We had it was like who else was in there? Brandon Granville would come in, Tony Bland. I mean, we had I was guard workout. The big guys, y'all better learn how to set picks and rebound and but we was guard heavy. So we got 9 or 10 guards in there going at it.
Pros.
But they
going crazy.
They going crazy.
Oh,
They over there representing their hoods.
Yeah.
I tell you, they were like piranhas.
Right.
Trying to get the next shot. But they all show, and a few times they're like, it's over. No, come on, Darcy. You guys, with all this rah-rah.
Right.
Y'all rah-rah, and they going at it. The difference between today, we going one-on-one drills. They fighting and being and All of them, they just at each other.
Yeah.
No fighting, but that's how I grew up. So I'm bringing them in there to compete. We going one-on-one drills. We shooting, doing drills. So I just was like, this is how you get better. And they were flocking in there. Some other guys will come in there, but they do 2 or 3 days and be like, I'm good. This is too much. Because they going at it too hard. But let me see. It was, I think I named all the names.
That was enough right there.
Yeah, they was all up in there, man, getting at each other. And then they was, so when they got to playing, once I told them, I used to tell the kids, and I told you guys, I said, after you finish playing with me, being on your head, you're going to be able to play with anybody. Because they wanted to quit playing with me. I was like, later.
Yeah, Dar used to want to make you quit.
Yeah.
Straight up.
And I
But
tell
he
him,
wanted to bring the best out of you, though.
Yeah.
Real talk.
Yeah, I tell them, maybe this is, I get this may be a little bit too much for you. This is your, and that'll shake. They ain't going nowhere when you say that.
Right.
I said, yeah, you may need to go over there in the valley and play, because this is it's kind of tough. It's like
You
got
talk
me
that
twisted.
so you get mad too, like, no, dog.
Man, I benched everybody I've coached. Not
You bench me.
I benched.
I put it in my book too.
I benched. I didn't say I didn't play them. I'm like, you ain't doing enough. You know what I'm saying? And then, but we were so when I coach AAU ball,
You taught us valuable lessons. though.
valuable lessons.
Those are very valuable lessons. I felt like for me, I know I took that on, you know what I'm saying, for the rest of my career, and I know the other guys did as well.
Yeah.
What did you see in a kid that made you want to bring him with you? Was it just size or something inside that you saw in the kid?
Both.
Both.
He was size. Yeah, when I said, you know what? That was my bad, Craig. Because when I didn't get you, and I tried to get you back, I said we started losing. I didn't have a man. I said, Dart, you done messed me. I think I tried to get you back, but you was doing something else. You was like, I'm good, but you was a little late. But I said, God dang it, I should have sucked it up, because he lived in Mid City. So I'm like, damn, this is a drive. And it was shit, and it was worth it. But yeah, I just put the drive into them. I tell guys, I ain't never made nobody no bad players. I got them in the gym. They were bad already.
Made us
I
better.
ain't never made nobody bad. I mean, I wasn't going out there just looking for the next kid left behind. I'm looking for the dude that I could just sprinkle on. Okay, there he is right there. And it was
It's a salt bay.
That's right.
Yeah. So I'll tell you a story about 2 of my last players. I'll start with Dartnell Gant. He played for Crenshaw, ended up going to Washington. You know Dartnell. He's at St. Bernard's now. I found him. He's playing for Crenshaw, sophomore, 6'6". These guys don't look for that. He was on the bench clapping. He didn't do nothing in the game, clapping and pumping everybody up, walking
you're
down.
really good at
I said,
that.
bingo.
Yeah.
I need him.
Yeah.
He came out, ended up going to Washington, wasn't recruited, nothing. That Peyton Watson had him as a 9th grader. He in warm-ups, balling in warm-ups. I said, I got to check him out. I was doing a 9th grade team, didn't get a minute in the game. I said, this dude is active in the warm-ups and excited on the bench and don't play. I need that. So I look for personality. You know what I'm saying?
Like, you find the right characters. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you almost like, you sure you didn't get a job at A&R and shit? Some music guy? Like, you have that type of talent where you just know. And it's cool because, like, how you just talked about, like, all your experiences. So it's like you rounded up all the experiences together to find those type of players. You know what I'm saying? That's dope.
Yeah,
especially
man.
like that LA Unified run y'all had with at the Drew League. Like you had all those players. Like talk about
I'm the
that.
only
That's-
LA Unified
Oh,
member
yeah,
not
yeah.
to play on LA
that's
Unified.
LA
listen, man,
Unified.
I'm gonna say because I know just in the Drew League, just the whole thing. It was like you playing LA Unified, you knew what was about to happen. Like it was just a nucleus. It was just how y'all play. It's like everybody knew each other. It was
Until
like
they lost to COA.
They knew.
Who lost to COA?
LA
Yeah,
Unified.
without James Harden.
I don't care if James was playing or not.
I do.
Y'all got to guard me too.
Huh?
Y'all got to guard me too.
We didn't lose one
Out
game.
there,
with
y'all
James.
lost to me,
Okay.
Once again.
and I'm LA Unified too.
Yeah.
I'm the only LA Unified member. Not like I'm like branched off.
We didn't have an answer for you inside. Our big guys, you was too much for us inside. Without, he like Charles Barkley,
Right.
dude. He over here
Right.
on the
Right.
pinch post, elbow
Okay.
spinning.
Footwork,
Like
everything.
Barkley. We
Yeah.
couldn't stop him. So I was like, hey, we can't win them all.
Yes,
But I
yes.
did win. I did shut the Drew down. The last
did. I
championship
seen
at
that.
Drew League, we grabbed that. But yeah, we couldn't stop Craig that one day.
Coach, did you meet Kobe?
I never met. Oh, I was in the presence of Kobe twice. I can't tell you one of them. I'll tell you this. I'll tell you. Well, Kobe was there, but I was listening, kind of talking to GP and Shaq down in New Orleans when they was having that problem. I ain't gonna go into detail. They were having that problem with Kobe. And then one time, I was like, Kobe, Kobe's my third favorite. I love Kobe. We were at Curl and Joe. What is it called? And Barron was doing his rehab. So
physical therapy.
Yeah, and Kobe came because they cleared it out when he came. So he came with Barron when Barron was in there, and him and Barron talking. I'm like, yeah. Kobe's like, dude, for real, no eye contact. I said, can I get a nothing? I said, for real, Kobe. Kobe's like, dude, who is this? I wasn't rolling with that, though. I was like, but they still in my top third. But no, ain't no locked in, dude. You see me over here. I know.
He's so dark. Yeah, you got to flex your chest and let him know.
But I'm like, dang, can I get a pound something? Kobe's like, nothing, baby.
Well, that's how it was like. If you wasn't really a part of the brotherhood.
Right.
In that regard, if you wasn't league, like, it's different.
And I gotta say, I've been around some players and stuff. That like what you said, that stone, they got it. It's in them.
Yep,
like,
it's in them.
And Kobe,
I've witnessed it literally right, waiting for them to waiting for him to just a eyelash or something, and he just bing.
And Michael Jordan, he come in there, man, what's up? He'll point you out. What's up, man? What you doing in here? Real talk. Yeah. I done ran into Mike. I'll tell another story about Mike. I talked trash to him. I got the article, but y'all gonna think I'm goofy with this one. So I'm down. My boy can tell you about the story. So I'm down at Palomar College, right? And once again, this is my second year. I told you I've been working on my game. My confidence off the chart. The coach didn't like me because I said, y'all gonna name this dome after me. Because it was the weakest basketball I've ever played, but the coach didn't play me.
Right.
I was like, dude, like Jason Tatum. Right. I said, dude, are you serious? I'm the baddest thing that ever stepped in this county. I understand. I'm like, you got me. I'm not the baddest dude in LA. It's anybody that in LA could have ran through these dudes.
Right.
And he didn't play me. I was like, I was shook. But anyway, we went to it. Jordan did a little thing down there, right, in the crowd, all white people, this big venue. So like I said, I'm thinking I'm bad. I am bad. So he over there, it's just me and my boy, the only brother. So he's seen us, and I'm like, you weak.
Oh. You said that?
I don't know. I was like, dude, I'm not rolling with all of that. He was out there. Guess what he did? Come on out here.
Check ball.
I said, ooh. I said, and I did have a sprained ligament. That's so good too.
Yeah.
It was a packed house. Let me tell you, Jordan brought us back in the room, in the little coach's room, and was hollering at me and my boy, y'all go to school. That's why Jordan is, I said, this was when Jordan was Jordan. Brought us back there, talked to us and all of that. Super real. Magic's real too, but Jordan, super real. Man. That was
he signed you to Jordan after that?
Huh?
He signed you to Jordan after that? Or did you ever get the fade? Did he get his
I
fade?
think I want that fade. Probably the
Why not? Just to keep
No, I could have, but no, I did just, I could have gave the crowd something. They would have known that. I rocked the better. I could have went out there, did just hurt my knee. I could have did a couple of dunks where the crowd would have been like, I would have loved to. But it was sprained ligaments. Couldn't get it off. I was mad. I got the article too. But
man, that was your chance.
That was your moment. That was your stay ready to get ready.
Stay ready to get ready.
Well, if he would have played one-on-one, I would have been like, I'm good, dude.
Think about it though. If you would have got the ball first and scored,
you see
that's it.
Jordan, no. You think he gonna let
No, you would have got hype off that.
You trying to gas me now. I'm glad you wasn't there. I'm glad you wasn't there. You would have had me out there.
Like,
Get him, Dirk.
100 octane.
What they did to
My
that
bad,
dog.
my bad, Dark. I wasn't talking about now. Hey, speaking of Mike, though, I don't know if you've seen it, Coach, but Mike's son got caught.
Oh man, snorting.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's
with the sugar.
crazy. Not even just a word of
No,
mouth.
that wasn't alleged. It was.
It's on.
It was,
I mean, that's crazy.
It's unfortunate. Sugar cane.
I think sugar is worse than Coke. At least Coke is made to snort. Sugar is made to snort.
I know, you probably died
Salt.
even quicker. Salt, like,
Salt,
yeah.
right.
Baby powder, like, man, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's just very difficult, but I don't know. It's just
To
enjoying
each his
life
own.
with his company.
Yeah,
Everybody
man.
parties according to who they are and
Well,
what they
but see,
do.
regardless of anything, like your life, like you gotta have a care of something, like
Man.
regardless of anything. You gotta have,
Well, who your father is too, a little bit in
yeah.
that
So
regard.
it's still certain stuff you still
you gotta
like,
protect
come
the
on,
brand.
man. Yeah, your name.
There
yeah.
you go.
That's what it's
You
about.
have
It's about
to.
protecting
It's
the
certain
brand, and that was a little bit
things,
too loose and comfortable. And you know what happens when you're too comfortable?
Right.
Craig, I got a question for you since we're talking basketball. So you were, I got you at a late age. You started playing late.
No, I was playing since I was young.
Okay, but you wasn't playing AAU ball.
No, I didn't have. I didn't play no type of basketball really, except for like at the park. I didn't know what
I
AAU
got him
was.
ready.
How did you just take off at Fairfax, go to Boston College, and eventually get to the NBA? Because I mean, I knew you were good, but I didn't know that you were going to elevate to that level. Of course, I'd have kept picking you up. But explain a little bit of that
That's
to me.
what happens.
Under the radar, yeah.
Nah, so like I think like that was a pivotal point after that, because for me it was just like I really loved this game and I really wanted to play, and it's some people telling me I can't play. All right, bet. So I started playing against older people. I had the opportunities to go to UCLA, right? And then around then, I met Cesc Sabalas. Cesc Sabalas started taking me up to Robertson. You know what I'm saying? So then I had him. Then I had Keith. So then I'm around a lot of league guys. And then I'm around Barry and Matt Barnes, the whole UCLA gang. Like, I'm from LA. So I'm playing against all adults. Now I got to go back to high school and whoop on my peers.
Right.
And then another thing that was pivotal, I saw my mom get up one morning at 5 a.m. to go to work. I said, she could do that. I can have my butt at Fairfax every morning at 6 a.m. And that's what everybody know. I used to see Craig on Fairfax court, hopping the gate, sweating profusely before practice. Before school. That's why I didn't have no girls. The girls used to think I was stinking because I would come in a profuse sweat for home.
Oh, there it is. Working out before.
You
had
I
double
developed
day.
the mama mentality.
Wow.
So I worked out before, and then I had a 12 o'clock lunch where we get to go in the gym and shoot. Then we got practice. I'm going to Penn after.
Right. 4 days.
Or I'm going to UCLA. It ain't stopped. Because what else do I got to do?
Exactly.
My homework done. I'm locked in. And my brother, right? My brother got a bullet in his head. This got to be something for me. I need something. And basketball was that therapy for me.
So you considered a freak of nature. How tall are you legitimately?
Now, I just got him 6'7".
You ain't 6'7".
Yeah, I am. I'm
Okay.
actually 6'7" 3/4.
So with your size, the Rhino, how were you able to jump and move and be so athletic with that size? 6'7", but your frame is a big 6'7". I like Charles Barkley. How were you able to? When did you start jumping, and how were you able to jump like that?
Well, I was jumping 7th grade, but then I got I broke my leg. Before you came and got me, I had broke my leg. So I was just getting back. So that's why you didn't really see. Like, we was grabbing rims 7th grade, 2 hands. But I had that happen to me. So then, like, I had to start working back on my game in that regard. And it, like, came, like, full circle in that regard. But, like, I had a ton of injuries. But at the same time, I knew and I developed, like, I just had to outwork people, too. Like, that was my mental, like, I have to work. I have to constantly work. And then, like, my mom played. And my mom's like, hey, if you can beat me and you can do this crap to me, you can do this crap to anybody.
Yeah.
So then, I don't know, that mind shift and that focus, like, I really started, like, dialing into things now. Because then when I went to Fairfax and it goes, well, it's 6 o'clock here, but it's 9 o'clock in New York. It's 2 p.m. in France. I seen Michael Jordan play over there. This game is competitive. I'm not only playing against, like, my peers here. I'm playing against the world. when I get older, the world's gonna be in the NBA.
The world, Craig.
The world. It ain't gonna be regular. It's gonna be the world in the NBA, and like you got an opportunity to continue to work and develop. So like that was just part of my process, and I was hungry. You know, I was starving. I had so many different things always talked and said about me, and it was just like, let's just bring this fuel to the fire of everybody who ever said anything or disagreed, or you know what I'm saying. Let that fuel and put it out on the court, and you show them. So I
you
just
probably had a little fire for Coach too, then, huh? Because Coach didn't come get you no more.
Motivation.
He was like, hold on, let me.
One game
to prove.
One game he was playing in Fairfax. He was killing, he dunking. He was looking at me in the stands. I was like, I gave him no look. I didn't see it. He was looking at me like, I didn't see it. I'm looking at him. What happened? Like, everybody like,
Right.
People tell me, you see that? I was like, no, what happened? Craig just dunked on him.
Hey, you know what?
It was cool though, because when Dart came, because Dart always showed love. It wasn't like Dart would ever like Dart. Craig,
Yeah.
If we would have had that,
right. I mean,
just come on back. Just come on back. You know what's good for you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But no, like you said, like if we would have kept going that way, I'm sure I'd have been at Westchester.
No question. Zam was mad at me too. Like, Dart wasn't even playing in your team. And I was like, Coach, you don't recruit what?
Right.
You know, but I just seen your coach Katani. They had something for Rav. I just seen Katani the other day and got his number. So when I first started doing my high school teams, who was my first high school team?
Who was your first high school team?
Anyway, it was Crenshaw. I said, I'm getting all inner city dudes. I'm going to go get the dudes from Crenshaw, who was bad. It was primarily Crenshaw, Westchester, Manual, and Fairfax was my prime guys. And I got Tayshawn Prince from Dominguez and coming. But that was the core, because I'm not driving to the east side no more and doing all that. Yeah. So the first game, Barron came out. Barron's so humble. He don't never like this. Telling the story. So we down at the pumps, right? So I'm going back and forth with getting Tayshawn. Tayshawn had played with me 2 years prior to that.
Yeah.
That was my boy. He didn't play with me as a youth, but me and Tayshawn was close. Had to drive to Compton and get him sometimes. But anyway, the first game, Barron was coming and Danny Walker was playing at Jim's Pack. And I didn't know Tayshawn was coming because Pat was pulling on him, right? And I was like, he ended up playing with Pat this last year. I was like, I don't know if Tayshawn coming. So Barron's there. The gym's packed, ready for us to play, right? And then Tayshawn walks through the door, and more people came. I'm like, damn, what is this? This first time Tayshawn and Barron was playing with Danny Walker. So the gym is packed. There's 3 courts. They all on our court. I hadn't seen Barron play in high school. I was still doing my young teams. So you mentioned K-Swiss, my boy Thaddeus McGrew. Shout out to Thaddeus McGrew.
Yeah, shout out that.
K-Swiss Thaddeus helped me a lot. All my top guys. I'll go on the record. The 2 guys everybody always talk about is, of course, Barron and Gilbert for me. But I had other guys.
Man, he did go there.
Thaddeus delivered both of them to me.
Wow.
So.
Oh, you had Gil too?
Yeah, Gil.
You had Gil when he threw up that 50 at the Shaw on Crenshaw?
That's when I first seen him. So once again, I had my guys. I got Fremont guys every now and then, but it was primarily Fairfax. Good, that's a good question. Fairfax, Westchester, Crenshaw, Manual. They all within the radius. I ain't got to drive.
Western League.
Western League. That was it. So I'm gonna tell you, don't be offended by this, Craig. So the Westchester guys were solid. Crenshaw guy was solid. Manual guys were just hard and rugged, and Fairfax guys was mid-city. So I said, I'm going to get the Manual guys to bring it out of the Fairfax guys. You guys were better than Fairfax, beat them every year, but I need a little more ruggedness out of Ship and Marset.
Yeah, but I'm like, from that mode. I just moved over.
You was already that. I ain't talking about you. I'm talking about like the Jason Marsets and the Joe Ships. And
Jason Marset lived on Western.
They were
King.
Yeah, but he sure did. You ain't lying.
Because on Western and King took the bus.
And I told him I'm not coming over there. No. He sure. But anyway, so Thaddeus was like, Dart, I got this kid out the valley, this guy out the valley named Gilbert Arenas. I said, the valley? I said, "Dad, get off
Yeah,
my phone."
he
Talking about
snuck under the
somebody.
radar. Nobody really knew
He
anything.
came out
So yeah,
smack full.
that was I like that. I don't do the Valley. I mean, you got
At
guys
that
out
time,
there, but
nothing was
I
in the-
don't have
yeah,
to do
right.
it. I mean,
No, the Valley was, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they had no. The Valley's always had players. Just you didn't. But I'm like, you just heard what I said.
Give me a name of a player from the Valley during that era, please, to enlighten me, to make me go and research.
Reuben Douglas.
I know Ruben. Okay.
Bad.
I know Ruben was cold. Ruben cold. I played with Ruben a lot in the St.
That's about it. No, I'm like, you got a point. But so Thad was like, I like that. I'm good on the guards. That was like, you ain't good on this one. So he told me to go watch him at Crenshaw. I was like, Thad. I called Thad like 3 times. Can we get him? Can we get him?
Right.
So when I first bought Gilbert out, it was new to him in the practice. I was like, oh, he's struggling.
Oh, you
a
had
little bit.
all of us. This
He's in there with
unbelievable.
shipping him was. I said, this boy. I said he in here struggling a little bit. Man, that next practice.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Oh man, he over there. I'm like, Gilbert, listen, bro, let him bring the ball up.
Wow. Okay. He was defending?
The best people don't realize
Man.
Gilbert, what separates him, the best defender, natural defender, basketball player I've ever seen.
Because he's
Right.
fast.
His
long,
length,
though.
and-
Gil's fast.
And Exam taught fundamentals. He's a defensive coach. He couldn't teach this. This dude was in the lane. I mean, I could tell you some games. He was in that passing lane, and he was just bad. So he came and was by far the best on the team. I mean, shit, we had Osborne, whatever, but he was by far.
So Gil played with, I didn't even know that.
with Ship,
I didn't know
Some
Gil
with-
played with shit.
Palmer. Who else was on that
Yeah,
team?
Palmer.
Jason Marset, Leroy. You remember Leroy? And we was loaded. So yeah, Gilbert was bad. We was playing. I
Yeah,
tell you,
I had the 2 light skins, man. My 2 light skin cats.
Ship was a monster on
Ship was a
offense
monster.
and a mushroom.
On defense.
Oh, dog.
Joe, can you just get in the stand?
Right,
I mean,
right.
and pretend.
Right.
Boy, he on that defense. He's standing straight up. We get the rebound. He's hightailing down there, doing 50 miles an hour in the lane, getting
Yeah,
there,
get that
scoring
bucket.
with the best. You know, Joe Ship led the Pac-10 in scoring in
know
his
that.
senior year.
Sure did.
Led the Pac-10 in scoring.
He a scorer.
But
Joe's a scorer.
But defensively, he couldn't guard me, and I
anybody.
couldn't even move.
What about your top 5 LA ball players that
I've
ever
ever
came
seen?
out of the city?
I already know 2 of them.
Well, Raymond Lewis is
Well,
one.
3.
but
Raymond Lewis.
But I've seen.
Check out the documentary on Raymond
He's
Lewis.
the best.
Raymond
He's the
Lewis.
best high school player in the world ever. I mean, arguably, in ask Sonny Vaccaro. But anyway, that I've seen, I'm gonna go in order of age. Can I get 6?
Do whatever you want.
So I'm gonna say that I've. Damn.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
Dwayne Poley.
Dwayne Poley.
Okay.
When Crenshaw was at his height,
Yeah.
he hit like 40 points in them in the finals, city finals. Who does that? 40. L. Hutt was my favorite. L. Hutt was like LeBron before LeBron. I was on a plane coming back when LeBron was in high school. Some lady from St. Bernard, I didn't know the guy she was talking about, her son actually played in the NBA. I forget his name, but she was on the plane. She was like, they talking about LeBron James. I remember when we came up, our boys had to deal with a LeBron James called Eldridge Hudson. I said, bingo.
Eldridge Hudson.
He could pass, shoot, dribble. In the city finals against Crenshaw, I always gauged him against Crenshaw. One of his top guys didn't play. He had lost to Banning, who was runner-up in the city finals, twice in league, beat him in the semifinals to go to state and the semifinals to go to city after they beat him twice in league. Crenshaw was loaded. Crenshaw had Hamilton, Quentin Gates, and then it was like 3 guys that went to Crenshaw that went to UTEP, and they beat the Georgetown team that won the national title.
Wow.
Go dig that
I
up.
wish- you know
Go
what?
dig that up.
I went to I had a college recruiting visit to UTEP,
Yeah.
and I swear to God, if I knew more information on what I did now about UTEP,
Oh.
I probably wouldn't have went there straight up.
Yep,
But
yep.
I didn't we didn't have like Google and things like that. But I swear, if I would have knew that adamantly, I
Yeah.
probably would have went to UTEP for sure.
Yeah.
based on the history.
John Williams, John, you
Big
know,
John Williams.
I hate to
Oh,
name.
Big John.
No,
Big
I know.
John.
Cut it out.
Big John
No,
Williams.
see, that's why I don't like to name him because
Well-
I had to play against him 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
Big John, my ass.
Yeah.
got abused by my boy.
Yeah.
And he's like,
John,
he ain't my boy.
Big John.
Hey,
Really?
that's family right there, man.
Hey, the most lopsided. He whopped our heads. So when we played JV as sophomores. You played JV as sophomores unless you was off the charts.
Really?
Oh yeah, everybody in the city. That was nothing. The major St. Bernard's, they had 9.
So was it our era that changed everything?
But you got to realize the infiltration.
Yeah.
It wasn't no Inland Empire,
Right.
Palmdale, or
Right.
or Pomona. All that talent was right here.
Yeah.
It was so
We had
many
B,
ball players.
C,
Yes,
JV,
all
then
that.
varsity.
It was loaded with
Yeah,
talent.
just like-
You wasn't even think when you were a 10th grader, you wasn't thinking about playing no varsity.
Okay.
It was like, dude, and as a 9th grader, you wasn't thinking about playing JV. I'm playing freshman.
That's
It
it.
was that loaded.
Yeah.
And then you got, so I say John Williams. John Williams was amazing. So when we were sophomores, we were playing JV. He was starting varsity. We was like, how did this happen?
Right.
We got to play against him next 2 years. This is in the league. And then I'm going with PP.
Paul Pierce.
Pierce.
That's 4. I'm going with 6. BD
BD.
and Gilbert.
Gilbert.
Hey,
Shout
man.
out to Chris
Hall of
Mills.
Famers in
Shout
there.
out.
Yeah,
Yep.
Chris Mills,
Honorable
yeah.
mentions.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Shout-
What's your honorable mentions? How many honorable mentions you got? Before we
A
wrap it up.
lot.
Give me 3 honorable mentions.
Craig Smith,
All right.
Oh,
All right.
Top Dogs,
All right.
Trevor Ariza,
Trevor.
Trev.
no question.
Shout out Trev, man.
So you,
Me
but
and
I'm
Trev.
naming LA guys.
Yeah, that's yeah.
So I got Gilbert, Chris Mills, Craig Smith, Trevor Ariza,
John Williams.
John Williams,
No, he named John Williams.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a
that's what I'm
top
saying.
5.
Yeah. Oh yeah, right.
What
He was-
about
Stevie Thompson,
Stevie Thompson.
Stevie Thompson.
no question.
Shout out Big Stevie Thompson.
Stevie
man.
Thompson.
Now, did you see? You had to.
what about the
high
other
school
Williams?
for EB.
Marcus.
No.
Crenshaw.
Deshaun,
Let me tell you-
Deshaun Stevenson.
He's from
Oh, he's from Bay
Fresno.
Area.
Oh, you just want LA?
He's a beast.
He was a load in
Yeah,
high
can we
school.
talk about that for one
we
second?
He
before we
was a
wrap it up?
load.
Played
What'd you
against
think
him.
about Deshaun Stevenson in
We
high school?
played against him
Oh
in the
wow.
middle of
He went straight out of high school.
end of the third. I was
Yeah.
like, I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We ain't got nothing
Yeah.
for this tonight.
I saw him.
Is EBC still a thing?
Oh my God.
EBC or ECB? What was it? It was EBC, right?
It was
He played for,
EBC, I
he
think.
played for Mott's or something. But we went up there. We was playing them in the Bay Area and something. And this boy was going bananas on us.
I remember him at the
I mean,
Pyramid when they
he's a
played
beast.
at the
Yeah, he
Pyramid
was
against
bad.
was it Tayshawn? Who? Wait, no, not Tayshawn.
First game I seen.
Tyson Chandler.
Tyson Chandler.
pulled
Tyson
up
Chandler and the dude. They yeah.
He checked ball. This is 90. This is 98. Tip ball. He got the ball. He had half court. He take a step and shoot it all day. That's how he started the
Yeah.
game off.
Yeah. Yeah, he was a load in high school. I caught him
He
at
was a
the
load. I seen
Dominguez
it
Hills.
firsthand.
Yeah.
I said, dude, run the clock.
How about the new guys? A lot of these guys have kids now. Elijah Arenas, Taj.
David Rhino, he come
Paul
right,
Pierce
right.
too. Paul Pierce.
All
Y'all got
these, all these
kids
kids have. What do you see?
You gonna
It
make a
seems like
team now?
it's a new age. You know what I mean?
No,
Some of
you
the
don't.
top guys that you've seen lately. Can you throw some of those
Well, you
names
know, I
out?
went to see my boy. The first one I want to mention is I've seen the most because I used to train with J. Crow. Was J. Crow,
J. Crow Jr. Legit.
Complete.
Oh yeah,
Complete.
Junior,
Complete.
He's with it. Yeah.
He's bad. Then I went to see Gil Jr. What's his name?
Elijah.
Arena. Bad.
Yeah.
Bad. I seen him the first time. I seen Crow about 4, 5, 6 times. I seen Arenas maybe 3 times. First time I seen him was against Crow.
Yeah.
And that was a show, an
Yeah.
absolute show.
Yeah.
And then I seen
Oh,
his
the
ass.
classic, yeah.
Then
Yeah,
I
yeah,
seen
yeah.
his ass come in and drop 40 at Westchester. And I'm like, Gilbert, check it out, bro.
Yeah, what his daddy did.
Yeah,
bro.
right.
Came in there and
Sick.
tore
He came to
Westchester.
Hey, do you think he could be better than Gilbert?
He's taller.
He's bigger.
I mean, better than Gilbert, Agent Zero, the one that
it's a
dropped
question.
60 on Kobe and bowed
It's
to
a
the,
question.
I mean,
High school. I mean, he's 6'8". What weakness does he have at the high school level?
we got to see. And Taj
You're supposed to be
Ariza.
better than your dad.
You
Just
like-
keep it a
right,
buck,
right.
but at the same time,
But
It's
Gil-
a lot to ask
Stick to your
for.
color.
Yeah.
And
Gil was a whole different beast, though. Man.
Yeah.
Taj Ariza.
Taj Ariza.
Man, his upside is amazing.
Taj is cold, but his youngest is really good too.
Yeah.
Oh, it's another one.
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't know
Yes.
that.
It's
Okay.
another one. You're gonna have to watch out for him.
All
I'm
right.
gonna go see that boy Brandon McCoy. I keep hearing good things about him at Bosco. You seen him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who else have I seen?
LZ Harrington at, over there at Bosco too is legit. I think he
Yeah.
signed with an Ivy League school already. He's legit.
It's a lot of guys.
But
right
those
now.
three right there, man, those are the best players in Southern California I've seen.
Brandon Burries, have you seen
Yeah, I
him?
heard about him. I haven't seen him.
Yeah, he's another one.
But yeah,
We gotta close, but can we just give Sydney a shout out?
Cindy McLaughlin. Yeah, we want to give Sydney a shout out as we are
Yes,
about to
yeah.
close it out.
Two
She
gold
got 2
medals.
gold medals.
Her own record.
All
her
right.
own record.
If you want to say it, and I don't.
Yeah. Shout out, Sydney. Shout out.
I saw that on the hurdles.
Yeah.
Yep, she was hurdling. She was killing.
100 meter, 100, what is it? I don't know.
100 meter
200.
and then 200
Yeah,
meter.
she and the girl thought she was supposed to win, and Sydney was like, "For real?"
Yeah. Suit
She
up.
broke her own record.
She's amazing.
Yeah.
She got her own money.
When I say she got her own.
What about the Simone Biles? I just heard about that. The bowing to the Jamaica girl. What was the boy talking about?
No, I know he was just mad because like, oh y'all didn't win gold, but it was like we showing flowers. We don't want all the gold. You didn't see I got the most medals.
I'm the
like,
GOAT.
I gotta show flowers too,
Right.
Because I want to
Give
show
them
something
love.
different.
I thought that was amazing that they
Well,
did that.
and that was the first time that they had 3 women of color on the podium.
Yeah, I thought that was I want that picture and frame
Yeah,
it.
there you go.
Yeah,
Right.
because it's a pretty powerful.
It is
powerful.
powerful.
Yeah,
Pretty powerful one,
they don't
right.
they don't understand. See, and that's why like competing in Olympics, all of that, like everything is just so. Just to the second of everything is what you call it?
T.
Just
Important.
just
It means a
you know what I'm
lot.
saying? It has to be, and they don't just do this for no reason. They did it because they knew. You know, like Simone Biles, they've been there. Anybody else got there? Like I'm
All
about
the
to-
ladies in the
you know what I
Olympics, we
mean?
love you guys. Keep
Hey,
striving
yes,
to be great.
yes,
Keep being powerful.
Yes,
And keep putting your
yes,
mark there.
yes,
Because you guys
yes.
are doing very incredible things and next level things that these girls need to see.
Right.
Absolutely.
And these young men.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
That's right.
love.
And
That's
I
love.
and just to piggyback on that, I seen the American girls or women, excuse me, that's losing and congratulating the other ones from different countries.
Yeah.
I think that, like you said, that's amazing
That's
to me.
amazing.
They're over there congratulating when they lose and they are expected to win. The women.
It's a lost art.
Yeah,
We're
right.
losing
Absolutely.
sportsmanship
Right.
in American
Yep.
sports.
Right.
So
Yeah.
the fact that you even mentioned that, I think it's a big deal because
Absolutely.
that's part of the reason why we play. You have to learn how to take an L the same way you take a win.
Absolutely.
Got to.
Dart,
What
man,
else,
thank you so much for blessing
no.
us. Telling
Definitely,
everybody who's
definitely.
have 2 Whoppers before practice. You know, we appreciate you very much
Yes,
because
sir.
you are a cornerstone of Los Angeles
Yeah,
basketball.
respect,
Whether
flowers.
you like it or not, you are embedded into history.
Yes.
Yeah,
I know for
definitely.
myself, I mean, Barrett, so many basketball players you help, man. So we just want to make sure we give you your flowers too for this. You feel me? Because we appreciate you and what you help. I know for me, what you helped me become and what you help all these other kids in the city, man. We appreciate you and it's love.
appreciate you.
Dog.
Man, I appreciate
Respect.
you guys having
A
me
lot of
on here,
respect.
man. Nothing but love.
Yes,
I
sir.
appreciate you.
A lot of respect to you, sir.
Yeah, boy.
The dunk contest would have been sick with Jordan. Know what I'm saying?
Jordan, you know how many careers Jordan ended?
All right.
Nah, but look, think about this. If you would have did the dunk contest with Jordan, you would have got Jordan locked in. Jordan would have been at the Drew. Then it wouldn't have been about
Jordan
Kobe
at
and
the
them.
Drew.
Like Jordan would have been at the Drew.
Facts, and I regret
still
it.
go.
But I
You could have got Jordan at the Drew. I'm just keeping that above.
What did you say, Doctor?
He can still. Why can't he show up? I feel like he can go to the
Oh, he
Drew.
can show up.
He can score 15 points at the Drew.
He would have played.
Jordan right now can go to the
Back in the
Drew and have 15 points. Jordan, show up, pop up. We love to see you out there.
Oh, yeah, he's
show us
still-
something.
Man,
we don't
that's
believe
how
you
to
out
get
here in
Jordan,
LA.
dog. Hey,
He took it
somebody was
personal.
trying to
He took
get
it personal.
Jordan.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go viral.
All right, let's go.
Hey, y'all want to see Jordan and Drew? Let us know.
Yeah,
man.
show
You know
us.
what I'm saying? And
We'll make it happen then.
I got his number right
Get
here.
Jordan
him
to
in
the
there,
Drew.
man. Call him up.
But
you
it's
know what I'm saying?
playoffs. You know, it got to be for next year, probably.
Well, next year, yeah, let's put it in the air.
We'll see.
Yeah.
All right, so make sure you guys comment, like, subscribe, and share. You know what I'm saying? If you have any questions for us and Coach Dart,
Yeah,
sir.
let us
Dart.
know, man. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate you, Coach.
Peace.